So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, probably like 2, 3 days ago at this point, and the topic of favorite singers came up. And, we were exchanging notes and they showed me their list and I took a look. There was no bass singer on that list. There was a lot of like tenors, countertenors, baritones, from the modern era, from the past, some who I didn't know. It was a good list, but it had no bass singer. So I asked the question, why don't you have any bass on your list? And they said, well, I don't really know any bass singers. So I introduced them to Geoff Castellucci, and of course, minds were blown. And in that moment, I felt so happy and proud of myself. And I was also getting to live vicariously through their reaction. And then it immediately clicked in my brain, which I've had this realization in the past before. I kind of realize it a bunch, but it makes so much sense why people love watching reaction videos on YouTube, because whatever joy and experience you had from your first listen or several listens with the music, you want to share and spread that joy with others who you love as well and care for in your life. It's like a bit of a love language, right? It just really clicked for me in that moment, and I just really felt this feeling of like, wow, this is like super serene right now, and it makes me very, very grateful that there's so many of you who request that I react to the songs that you send me, and so much of the music that I listen to now is because of all that I get requested to on the channel. So I wanted to thank everybody who's ever sent a request to me. For this video in particular, I wanted to thank Gundala the Playful for sending this double Geoff Castellucci reaction my way. We're going to be checking out the songs House of the Rising Sun as well as Wicked Game. I'm super excited to check this out, so let's just jump in.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun.
As he's like descending.
The ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother
Geoff.
Taylor.
Oh,
So
that was cold.
Blue James, Daddy was a gambling man way down in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, let's go, come on. Come on.
One and only thing a gambler ever has is a suitcase and a trunk. The one and only time a gambler satisfied is when he's on a drunk. So now, mothers, tell your children, yeah, not to do what I've done.
Obviously the voicings and the movements are so good. And one thing, I don't know if I've ever made this comment, but as it relates to bass, an assumption that I realized I have, which I'm now trying to unwind, is the fact that with, like, let's say voices that are baritone and tenor, when they go for runs, right, it feels more free, like there's less weight, like it almost would be easier to do vocal runs in those higher ranges. I have the feeling that for bass singers, it would be harder to do runs in those lower ranges. For whatever reason, like I associate the low frequency with a lot of weight, therefore it would take more time to do runs and move between the notes. But Geoff always finds a way to like run with like 200 pounds on his back. Is that a real thing? Do bass vocalists does it take longer for them to do like runs and stuff like that? That's my intuition, but I'm not really sure.
Mother
love the acoustic guitar in this.
I've got one foot on the platform, yeah. The other's on the train. I'm going
Hear that
back
swipe?
to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. They call the Rising. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. And God, I know I'm one in the house of the rising sun.
My heart is melting. It's fun. I like when Geoff introduces acoustic guitar into his arrangements. God, it is so remarkably good. And Geoff is just so beautiful to look at, to listen to hear, speak, all of the above. It's always a pleasure to listen to Geoff do what he does best, which is just sing from the soul. And his arrangements, and especially in this track, the crisscrossing of his different layers, Geoff 1, 2, 3, 4, they all played perfect roles. I wish, and I saw this in a Lane Stein reaction I did a while back, I wish that there were labels over the different Geoffs to see like what specific role they're playing. Like if it's the bass one, then we know it's bass Geoff. If it's the tenor one, we know it's tenor Geoff. I can see which Geoff is singing the lead oftentimes, but outside of that, it can be a little bit challenging to tell which one is doing what. That said, it doesn't even matter because this experience just auditorily is mind-bogglingly good. I don't know if you guys have the same like feelings as it relates to music and the way it impacts your body, but for me, and I've used this analogy before, it feels like my brain and my head and my upper torso and eventually down to my legs is being covered in this like warm jelly. It's so warm, but it's not as viscous and slimy as jelly would imply. It's just gentle. Okay, maybe I should use a different substance than jelly. What can I use? What would be better? Like a thin, gentle... No, not everything is gentle, Sohum. That's not the way to describe stuff. Texture. Like a nice, thin cotton blanket just fully encasing my body. This is just a random story, but I have a friend who I'll let him be nameless. Different friend than the person I was talking about in the beginning. We lived together in our undergrad years, and this man would not sleep with his head exposed ever. In fact, he would be mummified but facing down. So it's almost like he would go to sleep fully planking. And I would always ask the question, and my other friends would ask the question, how are you breathing? How are you comfortably sleeping? Like, isn't this like pressing on your nose? And I guess he would do the kind of side sleeping thing, but all of that to say, he was completely cocooned in his blanket. I have pictures. I'm not going to expose, but man, it's funny. Anyways, this song was like a warm blanket wrapped all over my body. I'm a fan. Let's listen to some more Geoff. Let's check out Wicked Game.
The world was on fire and no one could save me but you.
Oh.
Strange what desire will make foolish people do.
Piano Geoff. Oh.
And I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you.
Oh my god. You could end the song there. It's perfect.
With you. What a wicked game you play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream.
Oh, this
of you.
moderate tempo too.
What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love.
Oh my lord.
No, I don't wanna fall in love.
Dude, he could serenade me any year, any day, any second. God, it's gorgeous.
The world was on fire and no one could save me but you. Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you.
Oh.
I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you.
Oh my god, dude. Geoff.
No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love.
This reminds me of Shenandoah. I remember that one just absolutely gutting me. What was the other one? There was a Turn the Page. Not the Halloween ones. What's in my mind? I guess 16 Tons as well was a banger. This is like hitting another level for me. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like he's in this like liminal space, this like limbo between actual like super mega bass that he's capable of doing, like we heard in House of the Rising Sun, and that baritone range. He's right in that like what I would dub as, probably incorrectly dub as a lower passaggio from the bass notes into the baritone kind of range. And that is remarkably hard. He's doing this like balancing act, and then the way that it opens up into this breathy universe. I wonder how many layers of Geoff we were getting in this one. We're only seeing one visually, but it's so full and expansive. I'm loving this one.
Strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you. I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you.
Love that elevation.
No, I don't wanna fall in love.
And that droning sustained piano note.
I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I Hey y'all, Geoff here. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Y'all are the absolute best. Speaking of best, huge shout out to everyone over at Patreon who make these videos possible, but especially Huldra Draco, Mitho Smiths, Temma Krempley, Helen Anderson, Diane Holland, Sarah O, Lori Templeman, Laura Mueller, Debbie Goodling, Jody S, A.M. Person, Angie Woolard, Carl and Melanie Thomas, Asa M. Lagnestall and Dorothy Brune, and Debs Badger. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you soon.
Wow. What's great about that song, I mean, there's so much that's great about that song, actually. I guess we can start at the piano. It's very simple, actually. It's such a full and rich sound, and he just sustains the note, minorly transitions, there's no excess movements. Even the piano sounds like it's bassy, you know? I wonder which octave he's playing, and I'm assuming near the zeros and ones there on piano. And it serves as a like anchor point for Geoff's voice, because he's just able to like casually sit atop of it, and when he wants to raise he does so, and he can add that breathiness in, that extra effect, and it feels like a huge movement away from that floor established by the piano. And then of course he can move the piano, and in some moments he does, but all of the focus for me definitely went to Geoff's voice and how it played that back and forth partner with the keys in the lead melody especially. It's a beautiful lead melody. It is so tender and deliberate. Again, I said moderate, but I'm gonna restate that. I think the tempo is more like slow to moderate. It's like every so often you'll like hear these songs, because like I thought House of the Rising Sun was good, and then Wicked Game just blows that out of the water. I don't really like to ever like make comparisons like that, because like I always find that music, there's a time and a place for every single song. Some things I may not prefer, and that's a different story. Like I definitely like what I heard in House of the Rising Sun, but the quality and the emotions evoked through Wicked Game, I mean, that is something special. Come on. And you know, I was having a bit of a brain break in the middle of that Wicked Game reaction, among my other brain breaks I was having, because I had done a reaction to a Russian singer a long time ago, also to a song titled Wicked Game. It's a different song. I was thinking in my head for like a moment, like a flash, I was like, oh my god, is this the same exact song sung in an entirely different manner? Would highly recommend that you check out that other reaction I did to Wicked Game, and just the singer in general, Diana Ankudinova. She is itchy nose. She is not an itchy nose. She is a world-class talent. I have an itchy nose. I have a lot of allergies to dust and dust mites, and unfortunately, dust and dust mites exist everywhere, no matter how much you clean. I'm getting lost in the sauce. Let me bring the conversation back, rein it in, Sohum. Geoff is insanely good. I will show this video to my friend as well. Like the first thing I'm going to do after stopping this recording is share this link, because Geoff is a world-class singer, and if you have any top lists of singers and vocalists in the world and you don't have a bass singer and you want completeness for that list, he's the guy for the job. Geoff is the guy for the job. This was such a fun reaction. Thank you so much, Gundala, for this request. I do appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed the reaction today. If you did and would like to make a request yourself, whether it's Geoff, voice play, or really anything else for that matter, I'm totally down. You can send a reaction to me by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.